This playthrough is rated T for teen.
I like to shoot turkeys and put them on my plate.
I do too. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with another Thanksgiving, and this time it's Grand Slam Turkey Hunt 1998. I have never played a lot of these games before, and I was trying to look for some turkey games or Thanksgiving games, and well, they're like either cheap flash games and stuff like that. And I guess you could consider this one of them, depending on it. I think to get this game, you either had to buy it from like Bass Pro Shop, or you know how in some road stop places you would like find CDs, or at Targets and stuff like that, you'd find them for like under $10 back in the day. That's how I found like a lot of cheap computer games. Unfortunately, a lot of those didn't get like upgraded later on, so you had to like use. Luckily, Windows has a thing where you could upload play systems from older things using older versions of the tiles so that they would actually run properly, which is what I'm doing here. I'm using Windows 1998 variation to play this game. This is just a turkey hunting game like anything else, so I'm just using it as a background to talk about the season, Thanksgiving, and how the year's been going and stuff like that. So let's click how to play. Just a simple interface, very simple command buttons, although it has a lot of buttons on the keyboard to use for various different things. But you do use the mouse for a lot of it. As you can see here, the arrow keys to move if you don't have a mouse, stuff like that. And then we can look at the game's credits or start a hunt. And you can create a new character. I'll just type in something here for a second, and then listen to the guy when you delete him.
So long, pal.
Goodbye, dude. All right, anyway, let's just put in our name here. And we can see how long we played. I don't know. Obviously, since I don't play these regularly, and people who do play these, I wonder how much time you would have had on a game like this for actual hunters. I've actually never hunted in my life. That's not my kind of thing. I do like shooting guns and stuff like that. There's a kind of a thrill of doing that, but I'm not a hunter. And I respect people who do hunting, like for actual getting food and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of hunters who hunt just to kill things. That's not really my thing. And you're probably thinking, oh, tree hugger and all that. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess you could say that, but if you're hunting for something like I said, food, that's different. Like if you live out in the middle of nowhere, or you're camping but you need food for the weekend, you go out and shoot a buck, because I mean they made it legal in places to do that. You're not killing the whole populace, you're just weeding them out a bit because they would die from starvation anyway, right? So, but anyway, off enough that topic. So, but anyway, yeah, we have all the stats here, how many turkeys we hit, but we can also hunt other animals in this game as well. So one, we need to choose a firearm, but because
now, which weapon to take along?
So let's see what we got here. We got a classic 12 gauge shotgun, 5 shots, perfect for turkey hunting for the most part. We've got the semi-automatic, very fast and accurate. We got the with scope, which there's a button on the keyboard to use the scope option for it. Very lethal turkey slayer. Ooh, those dangerous turkeys, man, they're gonna get you. We got the longbow for your classic hunters who want to go old school. 55-pound pull, huh? Yeah, I could do that. I could do that on my weekend. I could do 100-pound. No, I don't. Actually, it's been forever since I've used a bow. I don't even remember what my pull strength could do, like what I could do. Probably not 55. Then again, I'm not as strong as I was as a kid, so maybe I could do 55, but probably now it'd probably be less than that. But I'm not. Like I said, I'm not an expert on longbow, pull strength, and everything like that. So, got a compound bow, which is a little bit easier than using a longbow, because of modern technology and all this other stuff. I could probably do a compound bow a little bit easier. We got the crossbow, which is a classic. And then we got the black powder shotgun. Ooh. Yeah, that one's a little bit challenged because you have to reload the whole thing every time you shoot. So that'd be almost fun to play just for that. And then let's just go with the classic. Let's just use the shotgun. Then we can choose a location.
Let's see where my next hunt will be.
So we can choose just different locations. Let's see, Island Park, that's winter. Miriam turkeys are there, so that's not a bad option. Let's click some other spots. Got Bangkok Peak, Idaho. Winter Miriam as well. Bring them to the gun and bag a prize Miriam. So Miriam seems to be a big thing in this area. Bear River, Idaho. Yeah. Big mature toms. Ooh. Let's see, Burr Oak, Indianapolis. Fall, Eastern, Burr Oak is a great hunting spot for the beginner. Maybe we should do that. And it's got Eastern turkey. Let's see. Worm and shotgun range. Might do Jasper, maybe. Jasper. Or Indiana, sorry. I don't know why I said Indianapolis. That's a city. Indiana, I might do that one. Let's see. Go Florida. Let's see, you got Florida turkey. Prime spot, huh? All right. Let's see. Seminole Forest, Florida. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is obviously hunting turkey and stuff like that is more commonplace in America. You also got Canadian games, but for the most part, it's American known hobby for a lot of people. So we also got Jennings Forest, and then we can go to good old Texas, Elephant Mountain. Everything's bigger in Texas, so shouldn't the turkeys be bigger too? And we got Rio Grande turkeys here, dominated by massive Elephant Mountain. Bring your prize to the place. White Oak Creek, Texas. And we got Richland Springs, Texas. You know what? Since I'm a beginner, let's go ahead and go with Burr. Let's go start Burr Oak. Why not? And let's see. We've got some accessories.
Let's check out the tools of the trade.
So we can use a binocular, which helps us spot the turkey. So let's do that. Handheld GPS. Probably don't need it in the easy area, but we'll grab one anyway. So satellite GPS. And man, this is back in 1998. Think of what it is nowadays. Hunting blind. I know some animals you have to do that with because obviously they would be able to spot the weapon and stuff like that. And then the blind is supposed to basically help you get the aim off before they notice. But I probably don't need a blind. Coyotes. Let's see what type of. Hold on, let me go back again.
Let's see where my next hunt will
The
be.
eastern turkeys.
Let's see what we're going to take along here.
To take a coyote call. Like I said, I've only done the bare minimum, like before pre-recording this. I don't actually know how turkey hunting works and everything like that. So you hunters out there probably yelling at the screens like, it's obvious you take the coyote call. I'm like, I don't know. Owl call. See, that might not be a bad idea. Owl call. Let's see. Box call. Lure toms to you. The yelping and clucking will make them think you're a lonely hen. Let's see. Oh, it said early spring.
Where shall I hunt today?
So this is fall though. So if I want to do that, I'd have to do it in there. So we can leave that one off.
Let's see what we're going to take along here.
Slate call, huh? Yeah, we could add that instead. Diaphragm call. To call toms, hens cluck when feeding and cackle when looking for romance. Spring and summer, but I'm choosing a fall one, so we can leave that one alone. Push peg call. Use push peg call to purr and cut. Purring is the sound of turkeys make when grazing and cutting and call to regroups. Ooh, yeah, it says fall and winter. We could do that as well. Wing bone. Call to help. Turkeys yelp to find another. This is not the most effective of the calls, but good all year round. Maybe. Modified choke. Choke for minimum choke. You'll want to take it with you for use under 25 yards. Full choke. Out to 35 yards. Extra full choke out to 40. Super full choke. Well, you're going to go into all the, descriptions, adjectives. Super, mega, ultimate, full choke, Bushy areas. I don't think that we're going to the bushy area, but I could be wrong. Hen decoy used to track interesting toms. However, be sure to check local game laws before using. Yeah, I don't know anything about hunting laws, especially what it would have been in 1998. It's probably completely different in the current year I'm recording this in, so. And then we already did the. Okay, we're back to. I guess we could do a modified choke. I'm not sure what the range I'm looking at is. There we go. Alright, and then we can, if we want to test our stuff, we can go to the target range before we even do any of this stuff, so. Look at that old school stuff there, so. Yeah, we can walk to look around if we want to, so we can, just look around and everything like that with the mouse button. If you press right click, we go back to normal, and if we actually want to use the binoculars, at least in this, we could use this, so. I tried to turn down the sensitivity a bit, so hopefully, I'm not making anyone ill if I move this way too fast. Actually, I'm probably the one who get ill just because I can get motion sickness and stuff like that. I know, I'm a man's man. We're trying to kill the turkey, so you at least want to hit the turkey head on. You have to be careful when it comes to certain, I know with certain guns and shots and stuff like that, because you don't want to destroy the bird and you don't want to destroy most of the meat, so you usually have to hit them in a pretty good spot, because otherwise, especially if you use shotguns and buckshot, you don't want to pick out all the buckshot in the turkey when you're trying to take it home. Yeah, I know I'm not a hunter, but even I understand certain concepts behind hunting and stuff like that. And yeah, we can adjust our sights and stuff like that. We can also clear it if we want to refresh everything. We can also reset the sight. You do this. Scary, man. Natural wilds is weird. We can stabilize the weapon right here with this. You can also lock your. You can also choose the different weapons if you want to change it out for a bit for this. So All right, let's lock it, and then you can kind of keep it being steady. And usually, if you hit,
That's a dead shot.
well,
right in the kill zone.
Other than the shot up in the upper left corner tells you, it also the guy will say if you've hit the bird or not.
I impressed myself.
Yeah, aren't you fancy?
Still a little high.
A little high, huh? So I guess this is too high for it. So
there's a great shot.
I'll just hit for the body, even though realistically I wouldn't do that.
That's a dead shot.
But I'm not 100%.
Right in the kill zone.
And yeah, you have to, if you're depending on the weapon, you have to go through the loading animation. So it's not like modern days where they're like super fast about it. So
good shooting. Good shooting.
I'm a good shot.
There's a great shot.
Heck yeah.
That's a dead shot.
But anyway,
right
we're
in the kill zone.
Okay. Anyway, we're done with that, so we can go back. So, oh, and it even shows it counts the target range as our accuracy, huh? And you can also view the trophy.
Let me show you around the trophy room.
But we don't have any trophies, so we haven't done anything. And yeah, you could back in the day print it from your old IBM computer into your, I don't know what printers were big back in the 98. I guess it was still like HP and stuff like that, but I know it was different back in the day. Hey, it's been forever since I lived through 1998. I was in high school by then, so second year I think it was, or something like that. So sophomore year. Memories. Anyway, let's try out go into an actual event and see what we can find. But I guess at this point, now that we're just hunting turkeys, we can just talk about just turkey hunting in general, or turkey hunting in general. Like I know anything about turkey hunting and stuff like that. So yeah, we can just walk around and check this place out, see if we can find any toms and stuff like that. So let's see what the GPS has to say on that one. Okay, so we're going southeast at the point. We can also use our binoculars, see if we can see anything. Let's see, I have to... Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the different keys for moving everything, so you have to forgive me if I don't recall everything. So doesn't seem like anything off in the distance. I'd have to use the calls though for stuff like that. So let's see. I'm trying to remember which calls. Okay, 4 is the one I want. 4 and 6. Okay. Nothing going on, so let's keep moving forward. If you're using the mouse to move, you can use the left click. If you click walk and look, you can press the left click to move around. So let's see if we can find a turkey. But anyway, at this time of year, you know, we've got our hunters going around trying to look for turkey, trying to give us something for Thanksgiving, for those who eat turkey for Thanksgiving. Not everyone eats turkey this time of year. Some people go to Chinese or whatever. So whatever you eat during this time of year is cool. And yeah, I know there's that stigma related to Thanksgiving and how, at least in America, you know, and it's mainly an American holiday, although people celebrate it somewhat similar in other countries, just not in the same vein, because Thanksgiving was back in the day when the settlers settled America from Europe. They met local tribes, Native American tribes there that were friendly to them, and they had a feast to celebrate their working together. Of course, later on, obviously, a lot of the tribes were driven back or taken over by more modern governments and countries that wanted to take the land for itself, you know, manifest destiny and all that. But even if the idea behind it, you know, broke down after a while, you know, we still celebrate what we're thankful for, even if it doesn't have the same connotations of what it originally was. But for me, I'm thankful for a lot of things. 1, obviously, I'm still alive, so that's good. 2, for people who watch my videos, if you do watch it. If not, or if you just click through it once and say, this guy sucks, I'm like, I appreciate you at least giving me a few second chance before you disappeared on me. But, yeah, like a lot of things, I do this as a hobby. I never expected anything to come of it, never to get popular or anything like that, because, frankly, you have to be like a streamer or, you know, a comedian or someone very famous, or you just have to have that charm, and I really don't have that charm. Not real life. I'm too much of a, you know, isolated dude. You know, I keep to myself most of the time. This is the most. Ooh, we are hearing the call, but do we see anything off in the distance? By the way, I've got this set to the best settings I can. So, and even then, back in 1998, that's only so much. I'm hearing them, but let's see if I can get any messages, any calls. Not so much now, so. But, But yeah, unfortunately, sad things have happened during the year, you know, especially not just me, but other people as well. You know, wars going on, conflicts with people, and obviously I'm going to keep that to the low because that's just how the world works. It's going to happen no matter what. Lost some celebrities that I was a big fan of not too long ago, at least by the time I was recording. Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, passed away, which was sad for me. I grew up with his voice as the Batman of my time. I don't know if anyone will ever take up that role. I think not too recently, by the time this recorded, the guy who voiced or guy who played the Green Power Ranger died not too recently, which was surprising. I didn't really. I mean, oh no, that's not Turkey. That's a. I didn't really. I mean, I grew up with Power Rangers, but I only watched like the first season. But I did like the character of Tommy, the Green Ranger. But yeah, sad to hear what happened to him. I think earlier in the year, I think what was it? Norman Dahl died. That was really sad. I really liked his comedy too. He was one of those like weird, awkward comedians. You know, or I don't know if he himself was awkward, but he did a lot of awkward humor. You know, made people uncomfortable and stuff like that. And I just loved his dry delivery. It was sad to hear he passed away as well. I think it was the same year. It might have been last year, which is Gilbert Godfrey passed away. He was also another comedian I really liked. Man, a lot of comedians I grew up with are passing away. Just sad. I mean, that's just the general state of things. But you know, you always hope they're going to be around forever, but it's not going to be. Also lost a family member this year as well. Aunt. She had the diabetes, and unfortunately, ooh, is that something off in the distance, or is that? No. Oh no, that's a bush. Are we gonna fight any turkeys during this whole thing? I don't know, man. I thought I heard some turkey calls before. Maybe I was off by a bit. Let me look at the map, see what we're doing. We got a long way to go here, so. Unfortunately, I don't know where actually all the turkeys are actually hiding at, so I just have to kind of go through and see if we can find it. So, but yeah, I lost a family member. It was kind of, I don't want to go into details, but it was sad how it all occurred. Too young. But like I said, that's just how it is. But benefit is, I mean, yeah, there's always silver linings in this whole thing. I had a nephew get born not too long ago. Bundle of joy, very happy kid. I don't get to see him too much because of how my personality is, but it's good to see that the family is still continuing on. Unfortunately, our family is very small in the grand scheme of things. Like, you have people that have, like, you know, multiple cousins and you know, extra family and stuff like that. And I technically do, but I don't really communicate with them too much. Nothing against them. It's just, like I said, it's just our immediate family tends to keep to ourselves. So. Gotta be something around here somewhere. We know the elusive turkey is around here somewhere. We wait, we climb, we move. But yeah, he's a bundle of joy as well. Glad to see my parents have someone to dote over. You know, they're always talking to him every day and seeing how he's doing. Well, and I also have a niece as well that they're also doting over. You know, that's what grandparents do. So it's good to have them have doing something for themselves. Also working on new living arrangements right now. It's a work in progress. It was actually in my aunt's place and then my grandfather's before that. And well, let's just say it wasn't taken care of as well. So it's a work in progress. And I don't know if I'll ever get it up just the way I want to without spending like a ton of money, because it is a definite fixer-upper. And I am definitely not a handyman. I can do some stuff, but I'm not like the previous generation that could pretty much do anything with their hands. I'm more of the, you know, computer generation, even though I grew up in the 80s. But, well, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to at least fix it up enough to where I can live peacefully without having to worry about, like, stuff going on in the house, danger and all that, so. Yeah, probably people who are hunting experts are probably like, this is not when you use the call. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, what? I don't know. Man, I am not seeing anything. Obviously, the turkeys aren't going to, if I walk, like, right towards the turkey, obviously I'm not going to, you know, they're going to run away. So I have to find a good spot to, maybe this hill up ahead will help us out. And obviously.
Oh, great. Now it's raining.
Oh, good. Thanks. Thanks a whole bunch. And I needed to be decently close to the turkey because of my shotgun. I can't shoot it from super far away because shotguns are better up close. So. But I'm trying to think what else happened this year. I mean, a good deal this year was me working on my new living arrangements, and I haven't made much progress. Unfortunately, the mind is willing, but the body is weak. Or is it the other way around? motivation has really killed it for me some days because of just how long I've been working on it and making no progress. And some days you just don't want to do anything. So obviously I've been doing these videos for, was it 10 plus years? I think I made a video this year about that. So yeah, I hit the big old 4-0, man. Getting old. I'm actually starting to see my age actually in the mirror. Before I was actually aged pretty well because I didn't do the smoking or drinking or anything like that. But now I'm starting to get the old man jowls. Yeah, it was gonna happen eventually. Even if I didn't do any of the smoking or drinking, it's just how it is. Although I've kept up my exercises at least by this time. I've lost 15 pounds since this year. Apparently I've been gaining some weight, but didn't really notice it. But after some point, I noticed I was when I started working on the house, I started losing some weight. So there's that as well. So I guess I'm thankful for that. Unfortunately, I've had other medical issues occur over that time, which, you know, unfortunately, that's just how it is when you get old. So, oh well, what can you do? Man, I am like hitting nothing around here. See the map, where we are on the map. Yeah, not really. Maybe perhaps we need to go further south. Yeah. Let's try to go this way. See if that'll take us anywhere. It's not gonna help that it's raining. Usually most animals kind of take shelter or cover when it's raining, so. See clouds off in the distance. Not too bad for a 1998 game when you think about it. I mean, what else was coming out in 1988? Well, I guess technically there's PlayStation 1 era, and some of those games were blocky and all that as well, so. Ooh, photorealistic tree. Maybe this hill will give me a good indicator if there's anything nearby. This episode is not gonna end until I bag myself a turkey. Of course, I'm not gonna have an hour-long episode, but man, oh man, nothing. I didn't even get any callbacks either, so. Yeah, not a good day for this hunter. I'm trying to think what else happened this year that was like, at least to me, that I guess I could be thankful for, other than being alive and all this other stuff. Well, I guess thankful that my channel hasn't gotten nuked, I guess, you know. Although I don't play a lot of games that are considered like controversial or like companies like crack down on. I play like a lot of older games these days, so a lot of them are so old that no one really cares about them. Although some of the old games I played are starting to get re-released or redone, which is interesting. Or ones I was looking into recording are about to get re-released, at least by the time of this recording. Oh, it stopped raining. Awesome. But, oh. Tracks. Well, they came, obviously the direction seems they would be going this way. But I didn't see anything in the, yeah, it's just a... Not really. I mean, I saw the tracks, but who knows how long ago that was. I mean, I could follow it just to see if that actually takes me anywhere. Wait, if I saw the track, where'd it go? Unless it's one of those things where it disappears after a while. I think it disappeared, actually. Well, I think it was in this general direction, so I guess we could go this way, see if that... That's basically taking me straight north again, though. I don't know, man. Man, is this what it's like to be an actual hunter? I assume most hunters actually know where to go, when to go, you know. Although I've heard in some, depending on what prey it is, you might be sitting up on one of those hunters' nests for like hours, waiting for something to come, because you're not sure exactly when they'll be moving. You know, it's not like the local game areas are going to tell you exactly where each like animal's been spotted. You can get suggestions from other hunters and stuff like that, but they're not gonna. I mean, that's the game that. I mean, there's probably some competing too as well. You know, depending on the hunters or the location and stuff like that. So, you know, they want to bag their toms as well. You know, they want to get that turkey, man. Turkey for the holidays. Although turkeys aren't aren't always have to be Thanksgiving. It's just, you know, the turkey industry has like really set itself up to set itself up as being the big thing for Thanksgiving. Although a lot of people also eat just chicken as well, turkey, chicken, stuff like that. Ham is also popular for those who are kosher to eat ham. The interesting thing about ham is, like, you know, you think the reason why ham wasn't eaten back in the day is because animals like cloven hoofed animals or whatever were hard to clean, so there was a high chance of like getting disease and sickness from eating those animals. But nowadays, the process to clean and cook those animals have been perfected to the point where it's almost, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's very unlikely to get sick from eating those animals unless you have like a physical condition that, you know, you can't eat those animals because of like something in the meat or whatever makes it to where you can't eat it. But you can eat them nowadays. But most organizations or groups have had that thing. They've had that into their, you know, religion for so long that they just keep it, despite, you know, modern times being that, you know, you could eat those beings and be fine. But I mean, I'm not gonna force people to eat stuff. I'm just saying it from a logistical standpoint. It's almost kind of silly. But what do I know, right? Do we have to go all the way out that way? Oh, I don't know why I'm looking at my GPS. I've got a compass right there. I just noticed that. Huh. Well, I mean, the GPS also does show like latitude and longitude as well, so it's not like it isn't completely useless. It's just I've got a compass as well, so that gives me an idea what direction I'm going. So, and although technically, I think if I remember correctly, it's technically not north because of how the magnetic poles work. So it takes you, I mean, for those who don't know how a compass works, it points to the magnetic north, you know, at the top of the globe, but it's not pure north. It's like whatever points to that point is what points it to. It's a good rule of thumb to use a calculator because it still works for what it is, like directional sense or whatever. I don't know. I haven't been hearing those noises anymore, so now I think I'm just far away from my prey. So maybe I should try going maybe back south again from here and see if anything pops up. Oh no, there's some. Man, nothing. Maybe this is why I don't fish anymore. Yep. Well, then again, the whole point of fishing is to basically just kind of, well, I mean, other than catching stuff, obviously is nice, but the big thing about it is to just, you know, kind of take in the atmosphere, talk with your buddies if you're with anyone, or if you're by yourself, just kind of soak in the atmosphere, and you know, just kind of sit there, just do whatever you want to do. Really, it's one of those perfect weekend type of situations for those who don't want to do anything stressful. Go out and go fish or whatever. But I used to do that when I was in the Scouts, not so much anymore, mainly because I've relegated myself to more indoor stuff. I do kind of miss doing that stuff. You know, I mean, when you're young, you can do that all the time. When you get older, you get tired easier, sleep longer, stuff like that. Actually, people say you sleep less when you get older. I don't know. I feel like I sleep more. Maybe I'm just not very good at setting my time. I mean, I don't sleep till noon like I used to years ago. I used to sleep for like half the day, I swear, but I'd stay up really late at night. But not anymore. I've tried to fix my habits. I still do wake up a little later than I should, but I'm trying to not do that regularly if I can help it. That way I can take advantage of the day, you know, clean the house and whatnot. So, man, turkeys, where are you? When I'm just not seeing anything. This place is bare bones, man. I have to call. I may have to call it there if I can't find a turkey. I mean, I don't want to spend an hour on this thing. You know, this is just supposed to be a simple little video about just, you know, being thankful for stuff and seeing where the whoops. I need to actually click on that. I'm going back to the cabin. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go out this way, see if I can find anything. I'm trying to think what else to be thankful for. I mean, there's the obvious stuff. Like I said, my country I live in has some problems, but at least it's not a complete crap hole. Unlike other countries I've how to, very specific. That's going on right now. I'd hate to be in that situation, so I'm thankful that I'm not in a war-torn country. There's that. So, although I did give up, I don't know if I'd say a thing before, but I did give up like carbonated beverages and stuff like that. I drink soda once in a while these days, like for special occasions, but for the most part I've cut it out. So I mainly drink water these days. So just to make sure my body can handle everything. And obviously you shouldn't drink too much or eat too much sugar anyway. Yeah, sugar is, straight caffeine or straight sugar. Like, I don't get caffeine headaches anymore, which is really nice. Because I'd randomly get headaches every once in a while if I didn't drink soda, which is basically your body's going, hey, you need caffeine. I need it. You're like, no, I don't need it anymore. I don't want it. But I need it. Yeah, it's just your body's natural affliction to not get enough caffeine. I still get headaches, but they're from my sinuses stuff and allergies, which is common. At least in my family, anyway. And I've got a deviated septum, which doesn't help with my breathing issue. I could have cleared that up years ago, but I didn't want to pay for the surgery for it, so oh well. That's just how it is. You hide in a bush, and you take a wicked yes. Yeah, isn't this exciting, folks? Just watching the nature and no action satisfaction. At least when I played that one game last year, it was an arcade game, so you were basically shooting at turkeys that were running across the screen. In this case, I have to find the turkeys. But then again, that's the whole point of hunting, right? You're hunting your prey. You don't want it being shoved right in front of you. That'd be boring. But then again, running through the forest for like 30 minutes with nothing happening, it's kind of a hard sell, Then again, I didn't read any reviews about this game. I was just looking up old arcade or old turkey hunting simulation games just to have something to have for Thanksgiving. And this is one of those that popped up, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll download it. Why not? And yeah, this is old abandonware type of game, so obviously it's legit to download it without any worries because no one kept up the license for it anymore. So for those who are curious. It's a part of. I found it in old internet archives for games and stuff like that. I'm glad that.
Great. Now it's raining.
Yeah, raining again. I do like the fact that there are people trying to keep stuff like this alive through archives and stuff like that because games media preservation is not very strong in a lot of communities because a lot of companies want to keep it for so long that they'll be willing to let it disappear than rather preserve it and let people play it for free and stuff like that. If the game's like 30 years old, come on, people, just let people try it out. You don't have to have the license for every single game out there. So I'm not saying this game's the prime example of games preservation, but the fact that I can play it, without worries, and show people it is something. But I'm not even hearing any calls anymore. This raining doesn't really help. Yeah, it's definitely not working well for this hunter. Man, if I was a hunter, I'd be, equate 30 minutes in this game to like hours in the field, trying to find that dang blasted bird. Maybe I didn't bring the right call signs or something like that, or call, it suggested these ones, but I'm probably not using them at the right moment. Like I said, hunting experts will probably know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I wonder if you could equate a hunting game and hunters in real life to play to correlate it, because sometimes you can. There's some video games that if someone does it in real life, they can actually do it well, if not better, in the game, because they already know all the rules and how it works, if the game's programmed well. But there are some games or some people that can't correlate it to video game versions of it because it's not programmed perfectly or it doesn't work the exact same way. I'd like to think the people who made this game, or at least a couple people, I could look at the credits before we're done with it. I can always go back at any time and call it if I don't find anything. How are we on the map anyway? Now we're going into the straight wilderness. Maybe I should just like try to just go straight south and just kind of go from there, I don't know. I really don't think I'm going to find anything, to tell you the truth. I don't think my skills as a hunter is strong enough to find the elusive bird. And turkeys, well, depending on what type of turkey, most turkeys aren't actually that smart of a bird, to tell you the truth. They're actually kind of dumb. I don't know if they're the dumbest birds around, but they're not that smart. Like people think, like the only reason people think turkeys are smart is because Ben Franklin was a big fan of turkeys. But from what I understand from zoologists and aviarian experts and stuff like that, they say turkeys are not that bright of an animal overall. Like sometimes they'll walk right into people depending on the bird. Although I do feel bad for birds that are designed to be slaughtered birds, because they're basically designed to be fattened and nothing else. So they don't get much free range or anything like that. It's like pigs in certain countries where they're basically just stuffed in. They're basically fed but stuffed into cages no bigger than they are, so that way they can eat later. My philosophy on this is that if we're going to be eating the animal, let them do whatever they want before they get eaten. I think it's, I mean, yeah, I know we live in at least in my country, we live in a world where basically mass-produce things on an epic scale to the point to feeding millions of people that we can't really afford to be nice to animals. But I don't know, I think you could make it work in some situations. That's probably why there's free-range options you can buy, but they're a lot more expensive because obviously they put more money into keeping the animal around. But no, I feel like it's a disrespect to the animal, to do something like that. You're forcing it to die anyway. Why not let it have some free-range options and enjoy its short life as it is? I don't know. That's how I feel. But I mean, you could think differently, and that's fine. We live in a very interesting world, so we can have different opinions about things. So. And I want to at least get one turkey before we're done with this thing. I did not realize it would take like an hour, almost an hour, to find a turkey. So maybe I should just cut to when I actually find a turkey at some point. So then again, I'm not an expert at turkey hunting, and I'm not well versed in this game. So, I mean, I could always go to a different area and see if maybe. The funny thing is, they said this is the easiest area too. Apparently, I cannot do easy mode on turkey hunting. So I could do another easy area in Indiana and see if I run into a turkey. But after all this work, you think we'd want to at least have some. And it takes a while. I think there is a speed button on here, but I haven't memorized every single key code in this game, so maybe I could always cut it to see if I can find the speed up option on here, because I think there is a run where you can run as well, but. I'm just kind of pressing keys now while I'm moving around, so yeah, that's to show off my time. Oh yeah, time does factor into when birds are coming out, depending on that animal. It might be easier during the day or night, depending on the creature. Yeah, nothing really. I'm just looking at all the key. I guess spacebar does that if I didn't want to use the mouse, for example. I had to be careful not to push the actual Windows button on my. There's a way to even go even shorter. Oh, there it is, the shift button. Oh, it's the right shift button. Okay. Okay, now we're just gonna start running through this thing just to see. I know you don't want to run run if you're near the animal, just in case. Why does it have to be the right shift and not the left shift? Yeah, I may have to just cut to when I actually find a bird. Because otherwise it's going to take forever, so. But yeah, what have you all been thankful for this season if you do the whole thankful thing? I assume there's the obvious stuff, but it's just kind of curious to see what you're thankful for this time of season. Like I said, I've already talked about what I have. If anything, I hope nothing too terrible happens next year, but who knows? We're in that weird time. I know each time has like a cycle with it. Sometimes it gets bad for a while, and then it kind of clears up for a little bit, and then it can go bad again. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I just hopefully thankful nothing bad can get worse. Why I'm slowing down, probably because Maybe there's a hole. Okay, I'm tired. Yeah, you can hear I'm tired. So I can only run for so long before my character gets winded. Of course, they had to put in a stamina mechanic. We're getting some different types of trees around here, sort of. I know you're probably not supposed to use conflicting calls because it probably confuses the bird. But I'm gonna use all the calls, dang it. Where are we on the map? At least we're making more progress than before when we were walking the whole time, so. Yeah, probably people frustrated that I didn't figure out the run button sooner, but I mean, most of the time it's just me this is just kind of me just messing around. Really, I'm not trying to like really do anything phonetically. I just wanted to show an animal just so people could actually see me kill a turkey during this thing. Yeah, I may have to just I may just have to cut to when I actually find the bird, or call it here and just say I failed as a hunter. I mean, I've never said I was an expert hunter. I haven't found any tracks in a while either. Bushes. Yeah, the only track I got was that one time, and then I haven't seen it since. And it got washed out after a while or disappeared or something, so. I wonder if I can do calls while doing that. Yeah, nothing. I was hoping maybe they'd be hiding in the bush or something like that, where you could get them to come out. How long is it going to bring it? The sad thing would be, wouldn't it be sad if I found a turkey and then it immediately walks away, or whatever. And yeah, I might just have to call it, unfortunately. I really wanted to bag a turkey before we called it a day, but I don't know, man. I guess I'm just not that good of a hunter. Yeah, kind of anticlimactic if that's how the game's gonna end. Like, it's just basically me doing a walking simulator for 30 minutes or whatever, how long this episode's gonna be. Oops. Unfortunately, the GPS. I wish it told you where a turkey may or might not be. I know you're supposed to go by the signs, like tracks and stuff like that. I think maybe if I really utilized the tracks from like when I saw them earlier, like 20 minutes ago or whatever it was, maybe I would have found one by now. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I might just call it here. I might just have to call it here, folks. I'm not, like I said, I don't want an hour video of me running around for nothing, so. I might leave the rest of this off for now, and then if I do find a turkey, maybe I'll add that in later and just see how long it takes for me to get that, so. All right. Yeah, I guess we're. Maybe I should have researched this a little bit more before doing this, so that way I could have actually shown me getting a turkey before this was all over. So, yeah, sorry for making such an anticlimactic video about turkey hunting. If I do find one, I'll record a little bit longer, but I'll cut whatever's left out of it and until and maybe if I find a turkey or not. But well, I mean, since there wasn't much to the video, I'm not sure if anyone will really like it or even listen to it as like an audio thing. I didn't really do much in this video, but for those who either listen or stuck around, I appreciate it. If you know, even though I'm saying this, like if you stuck around for like just a few seconds to check it out and then left, I wouldn't blame you. There's more interesting things to watch or listen to online. So, but well, at the end, that's how Thanksgiving is. So go out and go get yourself something to eat. You know, hang out with family if you do that, or friends if that's more your thing, and keep yourself happy and healthy. And hopefully the thankful things come in, and if the bad things come in, you know, take with be strong and continue on, and because there's people out there that'll look out for you if you let them. And yeah, I guess my tired hunter is just gonna continue on, but I'll end the video here. So yeah, I guess we'll just leave it like that. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and enjoy your Thanksgiving season or the holiday season or whatever you do. So see you then.